Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. So, the NFL rumor mill is buzzing again, and this time the spotlight is on a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up the NFC East and reshape the future of the Washington Commanders. Insiders are speculating that the Detroit Lions, a solid contender but one that's feeling the pressure of their salary cap, might be open to trading one of their star offensive linemen, Penei Sewell, to Washington. Now, this isn't just another speculative rumor. It carries weight because of the Lions' current cap situation and their strategic priorities moving forward. The idea is that Detroit, with around $20 million in cap space, might see the value in trading Sewell, an all-pro right tackle, in exchange for future draft capital, specifically a first-round pick in 2026. This move would give the Lions more flexibility to address their aging roster and shore up their defensive line, which is an area they're prioritizing heavily. Penei Sewell has been nothing short of spectacular since entering the league. An All-Pro in 2025, Sewell has consistently graded at a PFF score of around 94. 2, with run blocking at an impressive 92%. His pass protection EPA, expected points added, stands at plus 0.25, and he's only allowed about 1-2 sacks per season, all while dealing with some shoulder injuries that have barely kept him off the field. Over his career, Sewell has been a 4-time All-Pro, with an average PFF grade of 95. 1, a pressure rate of just 0.6 pressures per game and over 200 snaps played. The guy's a dominant force on the line, and his consistency is what makes him such a hot commodity. Now, from Detroit's perspective, they're looking at their cap situation and their roster's age and thinking long-term. They're cautious about committing too much financially to players who might decline in the coming years, especially as they have other pressing needs on the defensive line. The Lions' management is considering that trading Sewell for a first-round pick in 2026 could give them the flexibility to rebuild and retool without sacrificing too much on the field right now. They're also clearly skeptical about the depth of their offensive line, which is currently ranked around 25th in the league. They see Sewell as an elite player but also recognize that the NFL is a business, and sometimes strategic moves are necessary to keep the team competitive in the long run. Enter the Washington Commanders, a team that's been struggling with offensive line consistency and overall protection. With a record of 3-9, it's clear that the OL has been a weak link in their chain, especially when it comes to protecting their quarterback, Sam Howell, and opening running lanes for Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson. Their offensive line has been a work in progress, and despite some improvements, they are still ranked in the lower third of the league in run blocking and pass protection. The idea of acquiring Sewell is generating buzz, because he could be the stabilizing force the Commanders desperately need up front. His addition could significantly boost their run game, which has seen a 28% improvement with some of their current linemen, but still lacks the consistency and star quality Sewell brings. The numbers tell an interesting story. Washington's current offensive line allows about 3.5 yards more per block than the league average, and they've surrendered over 200 more passing yards than they would like on average. Projected improvements with Sewell in the mix could see those numbers drop, and the impact on the offense's efficiency could be dramatic. The team's goal is to protect their future franchise quarterback, Daniel Jones, and reduce sacks dramatically, something Sewell can help with immediately. His presence would also elevate the entire line to a top 8 unit, a huge jump from their current 25th ranking. Not only would this improve their offensive stats, but it could also boost their chances of sneaking into the playoffs, especially considering how much the team's EPA per pass would rise, by around 22%. That's no small feat in the NFL where every yard and every point counts. The betting odds are shifting as well, with some sportsbooks now giving Washington a significant boost, odds moving from plus 12.0 to plus 3,500 if they land Sewell. That's a substantial increase in their playoff chances, simply by upgrading their offensive line with a player of Sewell's caliber. It's clear that the team's front office is eyeing this move as a way to give themselves a real shot at contending, especially with how much they've been underperforming relative to expectations. The idea of Sewell forming a titanic trench with the team's offensive line isn't just a pipe dream. It's viewed as a visionary move that could define the franchise's future. The Lions, meanwhile, are quietly declining to get involved in the trade talk, signaling that they're not willing to part ways with Sewell unless the right offer comes along. This isn't surprising given Sewell's status and the fact that Detroit's management likely sees him as a cornerstone for their offensive line for years to come. But the fact remains that, if the right deal materializes, one that includes a first-round pick in 2026, the Lions might reconsider. The team is weighing their options, balancing their current competitiveness with their long-term roster strategy. If the trade happens, it would be a bold move for Washington, but one that could pay dividends. Sewell's skill set and consistency would give the Commanders a new level of stability on the right side of the line, enabling them to run the ball more effectively and protect their quarterback better. It would also send a message to the rest of the league that Washington is serious about building a competitive, playoff-caliber team, especially by investing in their trenches. The potential pairing of Sewell with their current offensive linemen could help transform the offense into a more balanced and dangerous unit, one capable of competing with the best in the league. Looking ahead, the Commanders are in a crucial phase of their rebuild. They need to maximize their assets and make strategic moves that can set them up for sustained success. Securing Sewell would be a statement move, signaling that they're not just rebuilding but aiming to contend again soon. Fans are eager to see how this plays out, but one thing is clear. The possibility of Sewell donning the burgundy and gold is exciting and could be a game-changer for the franchise. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think adding Penei Sewell would be the key to turning this season around and pushing the team into playoff contention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion truly matters to us and to the future of the Commanders. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. The offseason is heating up and big moves are just around the corner. Keep supporting your team because the best is yet to come.